Welcome back to the story of the last guard, where we are using Minecraft survival to tell a story and build a world. And yeah, okay, you have to look at this. So, the end of this is episode 3. The end of episode 2, we needed some extra. We couldn't tell the story without feathers. We'd run out of feathers to write our books with, right? So I ran across the world looking for chickens. I explored 3 different biomes looking for chickens. Like, not even kidding. Places where chickens normally are at. So I finally, after spending an hour, I thought this would be a 10-minute job. Let's go find a couple chickens, kill them. That way I'll have a couple feathers. I finally found 4 chickens. It took over an hour to find them. I swear I've never looked for chickens so long in my life. So I threw down a hut, put a little hole in, grabbed a whole bunch of seeds from the grass outside and bred them up. And then I just stood here all day and let's see. Yep, this is a pretty decent AFK chicken egg farm. I mean, if anybody wants to know how it all works, well, we put these in the corners. Originally, it was just one to give us some light, but then I kept getting pushed to the corner over there, right behind my head, and I realized I was missing a bunch of eggs, so I put these here. They'll actually push me back out into the center in a minute. Um, and yeah. Oh, see, these. Wow, I'm not. I wish you could see my keyboard. That has nothing to do with me. That's just them right there. Anyways, so I need to get out of here. You need to get out of here. I'm gonna run back home and I'll catch you there. I just this was hilarious. Yeah, go, be free. You've completed your service. You are uh well, I did know which direction I was going to. Hold on. Hold on. Now I'm lost. We need to go. Nope, not that way. This way and that way. Yep. Okay. Okay. I know where my boat is now. All right. So I'm going to go find it. I'm going to go back to the island and I'm going to get some maintenance stuff done. And I'm going to tear down some of those hills and we're going to spend part of today planning this island a bit more. We need to know where to build all the things that we're trying to build, you know? So I will cut over there and I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, guys, we are back. And as you can probably tell from the length on this video from the last couple videos, hopefully I've learned a lesson. As it turns out, I'll be really honest, I've watched YouTubers for long enough. I felt really intimidated by, like, I've been involved with other YouTube channels, and it, YouTube can be a lot of work. It can take hours to take videos and more hours to edit them. And the truth is when it comes to Minecraft, usually there's not as much pressure to like have to have a perfect take, and so you don't have to have a lot of takes, and you start knowing about what you're going to say. So the last episode, which was like 45 minutes long, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. That's a long time. If somebody like Mumbo Jumbo, who I watch all the time, put out a 45-minute video, I would watch it, but it might take me 2 weeks to find a hole in my schedule. So if you did watch it, thank you. I appreciate that. We'll be working on getting them a little bit shorter. Um, and I'm not sure completely how I'm going to do that. Like I said, this is a learning process. It doesn't take as much in some ways to record, which means I can probably take some of that time and use it for grind work or whatever. As you can see, I've been doing some of that right here because this is a lot shorter than it used to be. So I might be doing an extra video per week, but making them shorter videos since it looks like I have a little extra more time to record. I'm not sure. But keep an eye out. I'll be playing with things over the next few weeks. So once we find something that's sustainable, we will make it happen. So I've taken this down to here. I do want to show you what I've done. I might take it a little shorter. I'm going back and forth about it. Obviously, a lot of this needs to be landscaped. So it's going to have, in some areas, a very gentle hill, in some areas, a steep hill. But we're going to put a tree up here. And this island is actually a bit smaller than I had planned on. But that's fine. That's fine because of the lore of this city that we're going to build. It allows for that. So this is going to be a somewhat larger city than the island, but that's okay because This city is a magic and technology based city, which means that a long time ago they started attracting the type of quality people who could figure out how to build apartment buildings in the ocean and things like that. So we're going to have some really cool builds out here. I'm excited. I've got some ideas, and yeah, it works. It's not quite what I planned on. It is a little smaller, but it works well with what we're trying to do anyways. So I'm not disappointed, just, adapting. So the tree is going to. By the way, this temporary chicken coop over here. What happened to all my chickens? What? What? Huh? Okay, hold on, hold on. This was completely full of chickens. I've been checking on it. I mean, we'll be okay. We've got enough eggs we can But I don't. They didn't all escape, obviously. We do have a couple that escaped as I was putting them in here, but I don't know what happened here. Huh. We used to have chickens disappear from stuff all the time. I mean, entities still go missing. I hope that's not going to become a big problem. But anyway, so I'm going to probably right over here, I'm going to throw up a project board and I'm going to put some projects on it. Might even use the back of this. And then I'm going to mark out some of the basic things around the area. And we will come back, and at the end of the episode, we'll look a little bit at that and at this and see what some of our plans are that we're going to be building soon. But for right now, I want to hop into the Nether. So let's go to where I think the Nether portal is going to be finally located. Let's put a portal there, and let's go see what our Nether looks like on the other side here. All right, so we are on the northwest. I think I'm facing north. Am I facing north? Yeah, the northwest corner of the island. And the reason for that is this is going to be kind of one of the main entrance areas. So we're going to have our big old dock over here that I've talked about. And that means that an area we'll talk about in just a minute I'm thinking of as downtown is going to actually be out here in the water. So this is going to be a high traffic area. I figure we're going to get lots of people coming off of airships. I'm not sure where we're going to put our skyport, but somewhere around here. Plus the docks, plus this is going to be one of the main areas to visit. I feel like this is a good spot to put this, and we'll build something out here. It's probably going to be bigger than that, but all right, let's see what we got. Tons and tons of ghasts. I would love to land in a Nether fortress. That would be just fantastic. It's never happened to me before, so it could happen, right? I could cross. Come on, computer, load the area. And it looks like there's some netherrack here. Give it a second, the lag will calm down. That's one of the big things I've noticed since the update is I get a lot of lag when it first loads in new areas. Okay, so we don't want to fall down there. So what I will probably do is just put up a little wall right here. Make sure that when we first step out, we don't ever just, walk off the edge for fun. Okay. We'll explore that way later. Let's come look over here. Let's look over here. This looks like it's a better path to follow. And, oh yeah, okay. Nice, nice. So, no nether fortress here. But, oh, there's some soul stand. I'm definitely going to go collect some of that off of camera. And, ooh. Oh, is that? Oh, it's not right on top of us, but it's right next to us. Heck yeah. Okay. I'm excited. I'm excited. That means that we can get a beacon. We'll probably get a beacon sooner than we get villagers out to our area. So, yeah. All right. I am here, and I'm going to collect a few things while I'm in the Nether, and then I'm going to go back to the main area and or our little Mushroom Island, and I'm going to mark out some of the main areas and where we're going to put stuff. And I'll come back. We'll talk about that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a few minutes. All right, guys, we are back. And, well, I've done a couple of things, some of which you can actually see right behind me. This is not, like, really planning or anything like that. This is me just looking through my chests and realizing I've got bushes and flowers and beetroot seeds and things that I haven't planted. So I just threw these down here. I can come back and I'm, like, manually harvesting things every now and again, once a day. Over here, we've got a little netherrack growing. We have some soul sand, and on it we've got another wart growing. And then right over here, we'll look at this other stuff soon. We've got we threw our cactuses down. We already had these out, so I can make brown glass. And right over here, we put down a few extra things. We put down our melons, our pumpkins, and our potatoes. So definitely not end game farms, but something I can go through. Harvest. I've gone through like twice and just harvested everything, stuck it in a chest or a barrel, whatever's nearby, and yeah, good to go there. So I want to show you the other big thing. You're looking at it a little bit here, and let's start really quick. Let's run over and look at the map. And I'll give a basic overview there, but I think that we're actually going to pillar up the center of the island, and that's going to be the easiest way to look out and see everything. So we get to our map, and you can see a little bit of these gray lines that mark everything out. And I want to show you this because I've had many times where I've been watching Minecrafters and I've wanted to understand the layout of what they're doing better. And so I wanted to show you kind of the layout. From here, the easiest thing to understand is this is going to be for auto farms. This is undecided. Then all of this is more for like, well, over here is agricultural stuff. Then we've got a couple other farms. This will be the mob farm. This is our fish farm. Right over here we have our the entrance to our mine. So let's run over here and let me climb up a pillar and we'll see what we're looking at. All right, guys, we're headed up, and I want you to see the vision of what's going to happen here over the next 6 months or so. This is quite a bit of work we have planned out for ourselves. So as you can see right here, this is going to be about the base of the world tree. We'll play with some roots coming out and stuff, but this square is going to be kind of the park, or the world tree, the tree of creation. Got to get my names right. It's going to be kind of a park and meditation center, and we'll talk more about the lore here and because there's definitely things in the tree for people to come look at. So this magic tree gives off some kind of positive vibes, and that gives way for us to have one of the main exports of this area is the fish. The fish have healing properties. So right over here you can see our first fish house. This whole area, and you can't see the whole world, this whole area right out here is going to be the fishing area. And so there are going to be different variations on this house, and there's a whole story of what's going on here. So we'll come back and talk about that. But that's our fishing area right over there. And then let's move to right over here. So this is going to be for auto farms. So we're going to be building a bunch of stuff here fairly soon, and we need a little bit more space than this because of certain things. For example, for all this wood, we're going to probably need something like an AFK at a ghast tree farm, something like that. That takes up some space. So we may combine this with this area. They're marked out differently because they're at different elevations. We've got this right down here is going to be about sea level. This is our agricultural farms. Then this is going to be a mid-tier, and then everything up here is kind of the top level. So we're going to have that there. This curve right over here, that's where my crafting lab, my resource processing center is going to be. And this right here is going to just be a fountain. We're going to put in kind of a market center here for people selling wares and stuff. And over here is the big dock. This is we're going to have some outbuildings. That's why it covers up some of the land, because we might have some customs type of things, but the walls are going to extend out that way and extend out that way with quite a bit of area for several ships in here. And then over here, this building is important for the lore of the world. It's also important for what we're doing. So this is going to be, I'm calling it the Great Study for now, but this is kind of where we're going to be putting all of the Hydrix journals. It'll also be kind of, so people come here to study because of this is one of the focal points for magic in the world. So you get a lot of people who come here to study, to learn. We'll talk more about that. There's more story there, but this is going to be important to that and the relationship to the tree. And then there's some other things out here. And so let's talk about it just a little bit, because we've talked, this is the main builds where we're going to be focusing for now, but there's the whole area around it kind of has some surrounding things. So if we look out over here, you can see a gateway right there. That's going to be the gateway down into the burbs, the suburbia. I think is what they're going to call it. And that's where a lot of the people, there are two main housing areas here. A lot of the people who live in the city are down here. And we're not going to clear the water out here. We're going to have a conduit and do some other nifty tricks. And people are going to be, the people who are here are, you know, wizards and fishermen who like to live in the water, that type of thing. So that's going to be under the water. Come right over here and we'll have the lab, which is going to be a nice big dome. My labs are generally domes or variations there. Then the dock, and the dock's going to have a few things that come up. They're going to have some unloading cranes, so we start to get a little higher. And this right here is an unloading platform for, oh, wait. Right behind that is going to be the second kind of housing area. We're calling that downtown, and we're actually going to take the water out in that area and build up a structure. And I'm excited for that, but that's quite a ways in the future. So there's also a loading dock. That's what this is, and it's right in front of downtown. It's a second loading point for our skyport, which is going to be up here. So you can look down here, and there'll be this kind of spiral line of buildings and builds, and then the tree of creation is going to come right up through it. And if you can see that in your mind's eye, that's what we're going to be building for probably, I would say we'll be here mainly here for the next 6 months. There is an elephant in the room, though, and here's what it is. We need to advance our technology fairly quickly in-game in order to be able to build all this. We need decent tools so that we can build decent farms, so that we can get the resources to build more things. Well, one of the main ways to do that, especially with this new update, is through villagers. But guess what? Hydric hasn't found any people yet, and it's going to be a little while till he does. So I have been thinking over this conundrum for a little bit, because I don't want to put people on this island. I want to be able to tell that story as it goes. Now, this is the Village and Pillage update. This is Minecraft. I'm not going to try and keep a secret, even though we haven't told this part of the story. I'm not going to try and keep it a secret that there are people. We'll keep other parts of the story secret till they come out. But because of that, I've got to figure out what I want to do, and I think I have a good option. And here's what we're going to do. I found when I was out exploring and got all the chicken eggs, I found an island, a small island, that's a flower forest. And I immediately thought, well, of course, I want to come build a flower farm here. It's not too far away. And so what I'm thinking I might do is we might pick up a couple villagers and go out to that flower farm sometime soon. Not yet, but sometime soon. But go out to that biome, put up a small area where we'll start building a little village type of breeder center, maybe a couple little trading villagers, and get a flower farm going out there, and that'll fit well because it's really pretty close by, and we'll work that into the lore of the world as we keep going. So that's the plan, and I am excited to do it all with you. We'll do a mixture of, we're going to be starting to do some time lapses, we're going to be doing some building, we're going to be doing some redstone, and we're going to be doing some storytelling. So I hope you'll stick around, and if you want to see more, if you want to see how this develops and what we do, then maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. That would mean the world to me. And hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. And we will see you next time. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm Sylver. Bye. Day 39. The journey to the tree has taken far longer than I would have imagined. Even when we would travel with others before the fall, the methods for travel were far faster than traveling by foot. We would move about as we wished. Distance doesn't matter when you can fold distances together as a natural part of your being. One step could take me as far as I wanted. But with my own powers gone and the airships destroyed that were the main means of transport, I have been forced to walk, swim, and move forward in the slowest possible ways. The effort has rewarded me with a number of important experiences. I have seen areas that were at least somewhat protected from the battle. Trees, grass, and a few animals here and there seem to have survived. Give them time and eventually life will return in some way. The land yields new beasts, monsters that never seem to fit into the reality of this world. It makes me anxious. If there are any survivors, then how long can they hold out? Day 60. With a troubled mind, I pick up the pen today and begin to write. I have arrived at the tree, or what was the tree. There's nothing here. Nothing. Dead land, ocean where a city stood. A small patch of scorched land is all that remains, at the heart of where the magnificent tree once stood. I don't know what I expected. I tried not to get my hopes up, but I did. Secretly, I had imagined that I would find a part of the tree still here and growing, a small group of survivors clinging to it and struggling to rebuild, probably living in some ruins. Alright, because there's no one to talk to. I don't understand why I'm still here, cursed to remain in a wilderness alone. The doors are closed to the plains, but I doubt any survivors. If the tree is not here, then how could anyone survive anywhere?